Jocks of the round table, let's vibe again.
It's facts.
So what was it today, Mason? The worst day of the year? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's the worst day of the year.
What happened?
Did you know that it was the worst day of the year, Sherm?
No.
How's it the worst day of the year?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too.
Because there is no of the 4 major sports, there are no games going on today.
Kentucky basketball.
I said major sports.
That's true.
That's a major
They
sport.
was it Germany?
Yes, we beat the Nazis.
The Nazi,
Big Blue Nation right there.
the D team.
No, it's the Nazis A team.
It's the Nazis' A team, but not Germany's A team. Is that what you're saying?
It's the best they had available, man.
Okay.
Some are saying that Victor Wembanyama turned down playing for Germany's team.
France.
Oh, yeah, he's French.
Well, that doesn't matter.
They offered him because that's something that Germany would do.
Yeah, they tried to invade France and take their best player.
Has this stuff still not been used? Or have you
I've
been using
used it like a couple of times when I've gone to the beach or the pool, not the
it?
beach.
It's Wyatt's, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what there is to talk about.
We can talk about how Oakley did not get
Kentucky basketball.
the immaculate grid today.
There's a lot of stuff in sports going
Yeah, I
on.
missed some easy ones.
I thought today's was pretty easy.
Let's
should've
talk
been.
about Darrell
I should have
Reeves and
gotten
Asante
more than
Samuel.
6.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I should have
No,
I should have
I was
easily
talking
gotten
about
Eaton
Oh,
and
the
Pollock.
baseball.
Eaton and or Pollock. That's an easy one, and I missed that.
Which team was that? I don't know.
That would be White Sox and Diamondbacks
Oh yeah.
for both of those
Who
guys.
did I even put?
That was a miss.
Keuchel. I put Keuchel.
They added I don't know if you. So I used to always go to Baseball Reference afterwards.
Yes, they added where
And
you
they
can
added
click
where you
it.
can just click the link, and it shows how many for each one now too. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, the football one's about going to be bought, I think, by the company that owns Baseball Reference because they have Football Reference too.
They own all of those.
Yeah.
They have that at the bottom of the page now too. I didn't.
Oh, well,
realize that.
that's good.
Football.
They own all the reference pages.
Yeah. So I bet they buy the
And then
the
you can
football
like
one,
you'll be able
and
to
then
see.
it'll be the same.
It
Basically.
won't just show one person that it could have been. It'll show, like you can click on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then basket. I imagine they'll. Buy
Other than
It just doesn't make sense for football and basketball.
Sherm, what were you gonna
What
say?
do you mean?
It's not
It's
immaculate.
just
It's
the-
based off
it's
the
just
So you're
the
talking, about,
game.
you're talking about the name.
It's just
yes.
the game.
The game
It's
doesn't
just
make
a-
sense for that. Come up with a different game for those sports.
It's like the chemistry thing, where
Matrix?
it's like
Periodic table.
no
Oh,
Punnett Square.
or biology.
Punnett
yeah.
Square.
Punnett Square. Yeah, it's like that kind of.
I'm ready.
but that's only 4.
Yeah, but it's
It's a 2
a
by 2.
bigger version of it.
It's 9 for 9 because of the immaculate.
Yes,
game
I get that, but like
is what it
you
is.
can just apply that for the game.
I don't think you should be allowed to.
for the game.
I know, but I don't think they should be allowed to do that.
Well, that's why it's called a Dynasty Daddy.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't like
called
that either.
Immaculate.
If I'm being honest, I don't like that name.
I like
either.
that more than Immaculate Grid.
No.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
Immaculate Grid for football. Yes, for football, if you were calling it Immaculate Grid, as
Dynasty
football,
Daddy
you
is
know,
not better.
I mean, it's got the alliteration with the 2 D's.
They don't need to try to steal
Grid-
this
they
game from
should-
baseball.
it
They
should
have
be-
fantasy sports.
it
They
should be-
they own fantasy sports. Football does.
Well, yeah,
It
but
should be Gridiron
I mean,
Grid.
baseball has
Gridiron or
Gridiron
just
Grid would be
gridiron.
good. That would also be or just
Grid,
like-
but it can't be 9. It has to be something else. It has to be a different number.
9 is fine. I don't
It has to
see
be
the problem.
4 or 16. It can't be 9.
16 would be crazy.
It would be crazy, actually.
That'd be very.
Sherm, what were you gonna say? We interrupted you again.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot going on. I mean, the Twitter beef with Darrell Reeves and Asante Samuel.
Oh yeah, I didn't read all of it.
I didn't read
the
any
Twitter
of it.
beef between On3 and Florida.
I didn't read any of that either. I don't know anything
Well,
about
yeah.
it.
Then you've got the Northwestern.
Oh, Northwestern.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
I
can
don't
call it
care
a
at all.
scandal.
Win more than
because
one
there's
game.
not been any reports come out about what's going on.
And the
I mean,
MLB
there's been
draft.
reports.
Yeah,
I don't
MLB
care about
draft.
that either.
Do you think Pat Fitzgerald knew about all that stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
It doesn't matter if he knew or not. If he didn't know, he's supposed to know.
He didn't know all of it. Yeah, because if he didn't know, it's like an institutional control.
It's college football. If you don't know, you're supposed to know.
Okay. Well, I just, it happened all so quick because it came out and then they fired him within 24 hours they fired him.
No, they suspended him earlier this summer.
Yeah, he was already suspended for 2 games.
So they knew about it earlier this summer, and then it got more public, and that's when they fired him. Which I think that is messed up.
Yeah,
because I find it hard to believe that anything that was released this week, the administration didn't find out initially, and they said, okay, 2-week suspension, and then because it got publicity, they fired him. And I think that's wrong.
What I think's crazy is because I think it spread like fire so fast because Northwestern is a school about reporting and journalism and things like that, and I guess somehow with the whistleblower, they hit it immediately. What I thought was crazy, it was like after it was all said and done, they were like, "Yeah, here's the whistleblower, by the way." Like I was like,
did they do that? I didn't even know.
Yes.
That's messed
up. They told exactly who it was. So
snitches get stitches is what they say.
Weird. Like I would just say, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to make me do that.
I've been waiting for you to call me for 12 minutes.
Well, you could have called me.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Like you usually call us.
No. You usually call me.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I know so.
Okay, whatever.
He stopped calling me like 5 weeks ago.
Allegedly.
Trying to squeeze us out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
It's because we're old and we got kids. Or soon to be. I'm soon to be have kids.
Speaking of squeezing one out, dude, I freaking had to buy toilet paper this morning. It was like $8 for 4 rolls. That's ridiculous.
Oh wow, yeah, that's rough.
No, I got the soft one. I got the soft toilet paper. I didn't get rough toilet paper.
Do you
think I'm in there buying sandpaper?
Soft and strong?
I don't need to be that strong. I got Dude Wipes to take care of this strong.
Yeah,
I just got to do a little
fair.
cleanup.
And like
Dude Wipes does all the
it,
cleanup, and then I dry.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
And then I shower, so I don't really know why I dry it.
You should do the shower bidet.
I can't.
Are you on, I know this
I mean, I do. I then
You need to be
also
careful with that.
spread the cheeks in the shower, as a gentleman does.
Yeah.
Speaking of Northwestern and spreading your cheeks in the shower. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
That's pretty good timing, actually. I mean, keep going.
Nah, we don't need any of that.
Is this game gonna start?
It says event about to start at the bottom 4 different times.
Saying that for like
It has been saying that for a minute.
it was supposed to start at 6:30.
Well, they're playing in the same gym,
Yeah.
aren't they?
No,
I don't know.
I'm gonna try throwing it up on mine.
They got to drag the field and whatnot.
They're playing at the Cox Pavilion. Where was the other games at?
Maybe it's just pre-game starts at 6:30.
Let me. I'm gonna
That's
look
45
and see.
minutes ago. That's a long pregame. Almost enough time for a power hour.
Yeah,
The game
maybe.
before it went into overtime.
just watched it.
Mavs Warriors went into overtime.
Oh, the ESPYs are
that's-
tonight. Who cares?
Really, it's tonight.
Yeah.
I haven't
right now.
seen anything about it.
Who cares about
Like I
the
haven't
ESPYs,
seen
dude?
any promotion about it at all.
Well, it's because I don't watch anything that's on ESPN other than.
I'm
a
saying
little
like
bit of
on
the home run
Twitter or
derby.
anything. I haven't seen anything.
It's lame.
Home run
ESPYs are
derby
so lame.
trash.
Home run derby sucks. All-Star game sucks. I'm so sick of the commentary during the All-Star game. The past 8 years, it's the exact same for 3 hours. Hey, these guys don't play on the same team, and they're on the same team tonight. Because they're both in the AL. Hey, Shohei, usually you play in the other dugout when you're here at Safeco or wherever it's called, T-Mobile Park. What do you think of being in the home dugout? Because you're the home team tonight for the Mariners because you're on the AL All-Star team. Thanks, Shohei. That was great. Hey, we're gonna mic up this outfielder. Hey, what do you think of being on this? You're Corbin Carroll. What do you think of being on the same team as Mookie Betts? You're not usually on this. They have to tell them that every time. I'm so sick of it. It's like, do you think that they don't know? Do you think Corbin Carroll doesn't know that he's not teammates with Mookie Betts 162 games of the year?
Yeah.
I think he has an idea. I don't need you to tell him that when you mic him up.
Just ask him, like, how's his first All-Star game experience going?
I'm so sick of the All-Star game.
I
Do
love
better.
it, but it needs to be better.
Give me Joey Votto in the booth for the All-Star game. Joey Votto and Nick Swisher, and then, like, someone who doesn't call Ernie Johnson. Give me Ernie Johnson, Joey Votto, and Nick Swisher calling the All-Star
Just
game.
have the inside the NBA guys do the NBA.
But I want Joey Votto and Nick Swisher up there.
Okay, well,
'Cause
they
they're
can
so
just
fun.
have 6 people up there.
Or just give me, I don't know,
Just for the comedy of it, you know.
give me the drunk guy that calls games for the Blue Jays. The color commentary guy. He sounds like he's always drunk. He's so funny. It's him and Dan Shulman. Dan Shulman is Dan Shulman,
good.
very good at calling games, and then they have this drunk guy. It's so funny.
You could get the guy who got kicked out of Cincinnati. Or,
Give me Tom Brenneman. Return to glory. But wait till it's in San Francisco. Really test him.
Yeah.
Like, say something, Tom. I dare you. And have it during Pride Month, too. Move the All-Star game up just for that one.
Yeah.
Be like, Tom, how about them rainbow flags out there? That'd be great.
Oh, man.
I'd watch that.
That'd
I'm
be
sick of the home
hilarious.
run derby.
they need to go back to 10 outs.
10 outs, and you
Limit their number
get
of
to
takes.
watch.
Let me watch home runs.
home
I don't
runs.
want to see Randy Rosarina with 40 seconds on the clock looking like he's about to die.
Because he just
He looks
swing,
like
swing,
he looks
swing,
like
swing.
he looks like a me playing golf when it's 100 degrees and I'm like on hole 17 and I'm laying 8 on that hole because I'm dying and it's 110
And
degrees.
you're just like, I want to go
I'm
home.
like, I am ready to be done. I should have gotten a cart today and I didn't. And that's what Randy Rosarina looked like. It wasn't entertaining at all. It wasn't. It was just bad. It sucks. They ruined good things. That's all I've got.
Speaking of golf, I went and played today because I didn't have to go to the office today.
Nice.
So.
How'd you shoot?
I shot 10 over. I shot 8 over on the first 4 holes.
Ooh.
Oh, so you finished well.
I shot 2 over on the last
Yeah.
5.
That's what you got.
Solid.
That's
That's
how you
finish.
should.
But
So
they
when you
were-
summarize that
they
round,
were
I finished
aerating-
well.
They were aerating the greens.
Blame
and there was
that.
like sand on the green.
Oh, that don't
You
count.
gotta
then.
blame that, dude.
That's 4
So
strokes
that-
right there. You shot 6 over.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, so if I potentially move here, that's like right around the time Percy Warner opens back up.
That'll be perfect.
So that's kind of awesome.
Early morning vibes.
Yeah, big time.
What?
How early?
When they open.
When do they open?
6 on weekends, 7 on weekdays.
So we need to get out there about 6:30 on a weekday.
I used to go at sunrise. I used to get there at sunrise. 10 minutes before sunrise sometimes. So during some months that was like 5:30 in the morning. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Just
No,
saying.
but
But
I'll
like
do that if
6.
I'm going before work. 100% wouldn't mind.
I did it a few times on like when I lived that year I lived at home. I did it a few times before work. But we had to work from home anyway, so
Yeah. Work from home, you can kind of start when it's weird.
yeah. I still do that on Monday and Friday. Anyway,
Oh, they're actually going to start.
about time.
Um,
Are they playing the Pacers?
yeah.
Sheboy's gonna play, I bet.
The only time
Payson
they'll
Wallace
ever
versus Sheboy.
Yeah.
You think they'll take a picture before the game?
Probably not. There's Isaiah Jackson, former Kentucky Wildcat. He's the black guy.
No, the black guy was in the
There's a
white
lot of
jersey.
black guys.
Oh, yeah,
His name was Black. He went to Arkansas.
Who's that white guy?
That white guy? I don't know.
He was tall.
John Alex or Sherm, do y'all have anything to talk about?
Oh.
Cardinals are 7.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
There's
And
Kaysen.
they
Queso!
Where's
Yeah.
Goldie going to go?
So we'll see who.
You know where I kind of like Goldie? Marlins. I kind of like Goldie to the Marlins.
Who's playing first for them right now? Aguilar?
I have no idea.
Jesus Aguilar? Was he there?
Arias has played like 10 games at first,
Yeah, he's first, second.
but he's mostly second.
Mostly second.
Like 60 games at 65.
Yeah, no, he's mostly second, but he'll play first. Avisaio Garcia is going to come back from the IL for them. They're going to be. They've got a good team.
I know. They're spelling that pitcher.
Oscar starting.
It's summer league.
Dude, Oscar versus Jalen Williams. Like,
I
2
wanted
years ago.
Oscar versus Chet because the Oscar.
well, Chet's
It is
playing
Chet.
too, but
I know, but I want
Jalen Williams is the 5.
I want Oscar
Like
to
Arkansas Jalen Williams.
see. I want Oscar to guard Chet because Oscar gets a little wild with his arms and his elbows, and I just kind of want to see what kind of impact that would have on Chet.
Dude, he's 13 pounds heavier now.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's 100 pounds lighter than
He's
Oscar.
208 now.
Okay, so he's 80 pounds lighter than Oscar. Oscar's not 280. Oscar's like 245, 250.
Yeah.
Oscar has a 6-pack.
You miss Oscar.
So yeah, who do you think
I showed
the
you the shot chart. I'm okay.
who do you think the Cardinals will move?
Sell. Flaherty.
I think Brunel is gone.
Okay.
Flaherty,
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Jordan Hicks.
Flaherty's
Hicks.
pitching really well, so his value's probably pretty high.
Hicks.
Yeah, maybe Jordan Hicks.
He's a free agent after this year. He's gone.
I think the guys are gonna. I think you're gonna keep. Obviously, you're gonna keep Gorman, Walker. I really want him to keep Donovan.
They probably will. He's still got 3 years of team control. Arenado's
Probably
same
probably
thing.
Contreras.
Same thing. He just signed the free agent deal.
Yeah.
He
I don't
ain't
know
going
about
there.
Goldie. Maybe Goldie gets moved. Maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, he's 35.
I think he gets moved because he's got the rest of this year and next year on the contract.
What about Newt Barr?
That's the time to move him. He's got,
Bars,
he's still got like
Bars.
3 years
I
of
love
control.
Bars, but I feel like don't they have a bunch of good young outfielders?
They got Carlson and they've got
Which Donovan can play the outfield. Jordan Walker's been playing right field.
yeah. Who's been playing left? Carlson or O'Neill?
Brunel's usually a left fielder, but yeah, he's been hurt. He hasn't even been playing.
So who's been playing left?
I would. Well, I don't know. Newbar plays center some. I think the last game I watched, Carlson was in left.
All right. So New.
I
So
mean,
I guess it's
Newbar's
Newbar.
25.
Yeah, he's still got like 3 or 4 years of team control. I think they keep him. They got
Yeah,
Joshua
they're fielding
Baez
ready.
coming up. I
I
think.
think I wouldn't be mad if Flaherty got traded because I don't really like him.
Well, I think he's gone.
Games by
But hopefully they
position.
can get some.
So their leader in left is. I mean, it's been a platoon. Burleson, Donovan, Walker, O'Neill. Leader in center, Newt Barr and Carlson. Leader in right, Walker, Newt Barr, Carlson.
Yeah.
Newt Barr's played the most outfield. Carlson has 2.
Yeah, Baez. So I was thinking of.
Gorman's mostly played second and DH, a little third.
They could call up Juan Yepes if they to fill
Yeah.
an outfield role.
He does okay.
Well, I'm saying for this year, like you're not going to
this year.
compete. So calling him up's not going
I'm
to
all
hurt.
for letting Jordan Walker get as many at bats and as many opportunities. I like him in right field, honestly. He's athletic enough. He's massive. It just blows my mind, like how big some baseball players are.
Yeah.
He's not Aaron Judge massive. Aaron Judge has a couple inches on him, but he's still gigantic.
They need corner infielders.
What about Edmund? Do you think Tommy Edmund gets moved?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He's still got like 2 or 3 years of team control.
I like Edmund.
I mean, if they moved Goldschmidt, would they put Instead of trading another outfielder, would they put Jordan Walker at first?
Yeah, Bettis can play first too.
Yeah, but either of them would play first, I would imagine. What about old De Jong?
Nah, he's not. He's just a shortstop.
I think he's I think if the game is correct, he's a free agent after this year, but the game could be.
This says free agent after next year.
Does he got Arbier?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a team option.
So
For
he
20.
He was
24
an
and
all-star
25.
in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That was like before I started paying attention to him. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I think he had 39 balls.
Yeah, the question is like, where are you gonna go? I could see them sending like Flaherty and Hicks to the Dodgers. They want to do a package deal for a starter and a reliever.
Well, really, I mean, in my opinion, like anybody, this is just very basic level knowledge of baseball farm systems. But I feel like the Dodgers always have good guys in their farm system,
Yes.
and
They
the
have,
Rays
like, 8 in the top
always
100
seem
right
to
now.
have great players in their farm system. And apparently the Cardinals always do, and they freaking trade them away, and then they go be all-stars and win World Series or do cool things in other places. So
That's true sometimes. Yeah. That's rough.
the one that hurts my soul the most was the fact that Sandy Alcantara was on the team.
And Zach Gallen, who's gonna win probably Cy Young this year in the NL.
Now, like, don't get me wrong, the Cardinals have definitely benefited from 2 trade rates. Like, getting Goldie and Arenado was awesome.
Yes.
But they gave up Gallen and Alcantara for Marcell Ozuna.
No, Gallon went in the Goldschmidt trade, I thought.
No,
Oh, you're right.
it was a Gallen for Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I got a question. Trade deadline related. Is Shohei Ohtani going to win the AL and NL MVP?
What is the rule on that?
Yeah, he can do it. I
That would
have
be
not
wild.
been. I've been not a Shohei hater, but just like a sick of everyone saying he's the greatest baseball player to ever live.
He's not.
It's like,
No.
give him some time. He might end up being, but he's not
Yeah,
right
maybe.
now. I want him to win AL and NL MVP in the same year.
Well,
I think it would be hilarious.
I don't think if he got traded at the deadline and Acuna, and I'm not saying this as a Braves homer, if he keeps doing what he's doing, like I don't think he would win it.
It's because he would
But
have a
what
whole
if,
season.
though?
A whole
in that.
season.
But what if, though?
If Acuna has a 40-60 year, 40, he's
What
on pace for
if,
40-80.
though? How many starts is Shohei going to get? 15?
12.
CC got 17 that one year.
Really?
Yeah. So let's say Shohei gets let's split it. Let's get Shohei 15 starts, and then let's say in August, September, October, let's get unrealistic with it. Let's say he slash line is 4, 5, 6, right? And
He slashes 4, 5, 6.
let's say he slashes 4, 5, 6, and he pitches 15 starts, and he goes 12-0 with a 1.25 ERA, and gets like what 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Let's say he gets 100 strikeouts in 3 months.
12 games is less.
15.
15. He gets. You're saying that he's getting like 7, 9. He'd get like 120 in 15 starts.
Well, I was going based off of 5 starts an outing,
5 now.
or 5 innings, 75 innings, 100 strikeouts.
Okay.
Like, what if though?
But all right.
I still just think a full like.
But
full
what
season
if-
But
without
again,
Acuna.
I think it depends.
That's what
on
I'm saying
Acuna
is-
does.
So it's more has to do with what. I don't want to say like, oh, what if Acuna got hurt? Because that wouldn't be fun for anybody. But like, was that what it would take? You think? And, like him doing that
slump,
and something happened to him.
Yeah.
like
slump.
a
Well,
extended
maybe
slump.
Yeah.
Maybe
like-
very-
Even if he slumps and he 30-50s. I mean, that's
Well, I'm saying.
still
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah. I
win
mean, he's-
MVP.
I think he's at 19. 1944 right now, 1942,
Yeah.
something
So
like that.
I mean, unless he gets hurt, which I mean, obviously that would suck, but. I still think it'd be so funny.
1940 at the All-Star break is
still-
stupid.
I know, but I still think it would be so funny if he won AL and NL MVP.
Oh, I know. I 100%.
It would
agree.
be if he gets traded to the NL. That's what I'm going to be rooting for.
And
it would be so funny.
It would be funny. Like I'm not. It would. And if Acuna wouldn't have the crazy year he was, I would 100% agree. And I'm not saying that as a Braves homer. Like I'm.
What if?
Like he is having.
Like,
What if
having-
Gallen falls off and he wins NL Cy Young and AL MVP? Oh man, it'd be so funny. I would laugh so hard.
That would be awesome, though. Like I would love that, and that could happen. Like you have a couple. It's different for. I feel like it's easier for a pitcher to blow up than it is for a hitter.
To like fall off.
Yeah,
Especially a
because
young
you can
pitcher.
have 2 or 3 really bad outings, and then you're back. Your ERA's up. Gallons would be up 3.
Well, I mean, 2 bad outings is a bad 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how your schedule falls.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else?
Is Ohtani going to be
Yeah.
moved?
No, they're too stupid to do
I
that.
don't think they will either. You got to give him more than a comp pick.
Well, they're gonna do. If he's moved, I was looking last night, and if you take out catchers, because I think the Angels are good with who they've got at catcher.
They got Logan.
Yeah, and then I at first was taking out shortstop, but you can move shortstops. So like, well, I'll just keep shortstop prospects in there. I mean, it's the Dodgers can give them 3 top 50 or 3 top 100 prospects, 3 top 70 prospects, and not blink.
But do
You know
you
what
do
I'm
that
saying?
for a rental?
That's what I'm saying. They could do that.
But like as a Dodger, like I wouldn't want to do that.
They're the
For
no.
a
But what I'm
rental.
saying is they're the only ones that can do that for a rental.
But would you want to?
If you think that you can just keep him there, yeah.
See, I don't.
If you think you have a better chance of signing him as a free agent after he's played there for 3 months and gone on his only postseason run of his career with you, then yeah. If he cares about winning like he says he does, if a team gets him and makes a postseason run, they have a significant advantage to re-sign him. Because the high of a postseason run going into an offseason where you're going to be a free agent, like that's unmatched
Yeah.
in terms of swaying it in that team's favor. Yankees hired a new hitting coach, Sean Casey.
I saw that.
That's going to be fun.
Is he the only guy in MLB history to be thrown out from left field?
Like at first base.
At first
like
base.
ground out to left field.
Yeah.
Probably.
He-
That's also one of the funniest clips of all time.
It's hilarious. So he hit a ball, and it had to be like 110 off the bat.
Smoked a line drive.
And the third baseman jumps and misses it. But Casey thinks that he catches it and like puts his head down, starts walking back to home plate, and the left fielder
So
grabs
he
it.
wouldn't have been.
Well, no, and then he
Right.
like realizes it and starts sprinting in the left field.
And he was
like,
a big, slow guy anyway.
Yeah.
and it like barely beats him.
Yeah, he's
It was a strike too. Like it was a great throw by the
Yeah.
left fielder because that's not an easy throw.
he
he just
did
come
he
up.
did a Zoom press conference today, and he said what I've been waiting for someone who's a big baseball voice to say, where they were asking him about like analytics and stuff, and he was like, well, I mean, first off, if you don't use all the information you possibly can, you're an idiot. He said, but like everyone talks about these new analytics. Analytics isn't new. I mean, like I used to get pages and pages of detailed scouting reports of pitchers and what they like to do in certain counts. He's like, it's the same. It's just like some stuff is shorter because you have a number to quantify it now. It's easier.
Yeah.
It's like when you talk about, oh man, you hit that ball. Like if you're a coach, you're telling a hitter like, hey, you hit that ball really hard, and it's like, I feel like I didn't get a hold of it. Like that's how the conversation used to be. Now it's like, no, look, you hit the ball really hard.
Yeah. Like,
We have a number to
Yeah.
put to that.
You
Like
can show the
like-
exit velo and the,
Like, yeah, everyone's like, oh, exit velo. It's like, exit velo is not new. It's just now we can quantify it.
Yeah.
But, like, dudes in the 80s and 90s were like, I hit that ball really hard. That was a good at bat. Like,
I mean, probably
that's not
before that,
new.
too.
Like
I
for
smacked
forever,
that
it's
ball, yeah,
I hit the ball
but-
hard. That's a good at bat.
It happened to go right to the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's like none of this stuff is new. It's just, I mean, some of it is new, and most of the new stuff is dumb.
war.
Like war, weighted, WOBA, anything that says weighted in front of it, anything that says expected in front of it, those are dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
think expected stats.
It's so
weird.
annoying. It's like,
Like,
dude,
that's
the
just such
expected
a
batting
weird-
average on that ball was 692, and it was like, the guy caught it, you're out. Like, what?
Because you hit a line shot right, it just went right to the guy.
Yeah.
Does that mean?
But again, like that being that's not new. It's just like, oh, I hit the ball hard and it was right at a guy.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff isn't new. I don't know. But he worded it much better than that. But it was like, he's like, yeah, I'm old school, but I'm not an idiot. I used all the information I possibly could when I played, and I batted 300 for 13 years. I'm gonna do the same thing as a coach.
Yeah.
Other than batting 300 for 13 years, you can't do that as a coach because
Yeah.
you don't get to play.
Yeah.
That's a good cool if it did. Cool, good for the Yankees too, because didn't y'all's like at the deadline?
It's bad. It's bad. I'm gonna say it's bad.
Or at
Our on base is like 299 as a team.
in like the batting average of the third highest like qualifying guy.
Like
And it
220.
like two, yeah. It was LeMahieu.
Yeah,
It's LeMahieu's average is
220.
the third highest. That's insane.
yeah, it's 220. It's bad.
Just say, hey, you just gotta get hits.
But this is a very good, based on like watching the team all season. This is like the best, like, other than getting 3 new players. This is the best, like little kernel of hope is getting a new hitting coach when your offense has been this bad. Like, to fix it, to not change anything, and to fix the lineup, you have to like switch out 3 bad guys for 3 really good guys. Like, 2 isn't enough. But if you do hitting coach, then all 9 guys, I can be like, all 9 are going to get better every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, from day one, they're going to be different. They might not be.
But you can hope that.
Maybe he'll knock some sense into Josh Donaldson.
Yeah. I'll stop
Hey, you see
sucking.
these 3-1 fastballs that are right down the dick? Swing. I don't know. Let's give that a shot. They're the worst team in the league, 2-0-3-1 on fastballs.
That's tough.
And they have the highest. They have the highest
On those
take.
counts.
I know they have the highest take rate on fastballs and hitters counts.
Like on those
That makes
counts.
no sense.
You sit on fastball.
But that's actually something that is like, that's an organizational approach that you're being told. Because like, hitting coaches in the MLB, they don't work on swing mechanics with dudes. Like, they all have their own hitting coaches that they work with
Yeah.
For that
all
kind
the
of
time.
stuff.
But what a hitting coach is doing is he's getting the info from the analytics department and the stat nerds, and he's saying, okay, this is what our approach is on this guy. And he's going to have a very different method of communication than Dylan Lawson did. That's for sure. He's not going to be telling guys it's okay to take 3-1-2-0 because you can walk still. So don't do that.
No, like if it's there,
Hit a
yeah.
home run. Just hit the fence, hit it over that. Duh. Like, it's so
Like,
so easy.
Like they told me to do this. No, we're not doing that. If it's 3-1 and you get a fastball down the dick, hit it.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Should be fun.
Chetty Tender with a block.
Let's
Oh,
go,
no.
dude.
Oh, he broke his tail.
Oh, he's got a bony butt.
Tailbone. He doesn't have a tail.
Well, he's got a bony butt. Well, he might, like in Shallow Hal.
He might be an avatar.
Jason Alexander, Shallow Hal. Whatever his character's name is.
I don't know.
It may be
He
an
has
avatar that
extended
paints his skin
tailbone.
white to play
He has like
for
an
baseball.
extended tailbone and he can move it.
Oh.
It's very weird.
It is
It's a
weird.
disturbing image.
Like that's
Uh.
the actual thing. Like somebody has. Or you said it's a
no, it's
movie?
in a movie. Yeah.
Okay, what were... Somebody was going to say something a few minutes ago.
I do have a
Like
question.
20 minutes ago.
It wasn't 20.
Close.
Let's say the trade deadline comes and the unthinkable happens. Cardinals trade Arenado.
Okay.
Does that give me a hall pass to also cheer for wherever Arenado goes, so long as they aren't playing the Cardinals?
It depends on where. Depends on where he goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Dodgers,
I
no.
mean, he's not going to go in the division.
if he goes Dodgers,
He's not going to go in the NL.
I don't think. Yeah.
If he goes to the Astros, I'll disavow.
Yeah.
They got Bregman. They won't trade for third
Not
baseman.
that they. I know. I'm just saying. Like there are some teams disavow couldn't do.
Where would he like realistic landing spot for Aaron?
Yankees.
Is there
I mean,
anywhere else?
Well, never mind. What I was about to say was incredibly
Boston?
stupid.
No, they got Devers.
Nowhere else in the East, unless the Orioles traded.
He could go to the Yankees.
I don't think the Orioles trade Gunnar Henderson and
He's at short, I think. No, Rodriguez is at short. Grayson Rodriguez.
no,
is
he's
that
a
his name?
Grayson Rodriguez pitcher.
Who's the other one that has the same name, basically?
Did
It's Gunnar Henderson. That's the same name as Grayson Rodriguez.
Did Henderson? So Henderson last year we
It's just
went
whiter.
to the Sounds game. Henderson, DJ Hall pitched and Henderson was playing short.
Yeah,
But-
he plays short now.
Henderson got called up to play third.
He's
But
been
that
playing
was
short.
when what's his name was going off too, the
Mateo.
first month. Yeah,
Yeah, former Yankee, people forget. Former Athletic also. We'll also forget.
but he's still athletic.
Former Athletics catchers both started in the All-Star game. Sean Murphy and Joe Heim. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
Also, Marcus Simeon, Matt Olson, both started in the All-Star game. Former Athletics.
Zoltan
Did he not? Oh, Freeman started. You're right. Yeah. Let's see.
His stats are better than Freeman's.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter at
Oh,
all.
Freddie.
There is not a different category for started in the AL All-Star game.
Yeah,
Or in the All-Star
Well,
game.
Olsen deserved it more.
It doesn't
He has a
matter.
higher yes, and like double the home runs.
It
No,
does.
I
and more
agree, like-
RBIs.
Yeah, like
literally.
it doesn't
Look,
say
Taysom.
like it doesn't say all-star starter
Yeah.
on your
It does for
accolades,
pitchers. It does
but-
for pitchers. It's a big deal for a
yeah,
pitcher.
but like for a
Garrett Cole,
position
shout out.
player.
First time.
That's right.
But like
Very helpful.
I agree. Like I was
Yeah.
that way with Shea. Like he was
Totally fair.
one of the two best guards in the West, and he didn't.
Anyway, don't matter where
Arenado
So
could
I'll
also
leave
go to,
West.
if they wanted to,
Seattle.
the Angels could do something. No, they just traded for a third baseman
Who?
after Gio
Yeah,
got
I would
hurt.
be sick.
Mustakis.
Yeah.
Because he came over, he got
Like
smoked in that
Moustakas.
one. They got
Right.
20, then he came over.
Yeah.
I could Seattle give up one of their younger pitchers.
That'd be a weird thing
Did
to
you
do.
say the
but you could.
Rangers?
No, they've got
No.
Young.
No, the Rangers won't. Seattle. I could see Seattle.
So Seattle could.
They've got Eugenio Suarez, right? However you say his name.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I mean, Arenado's Arenado. That's a huge
No,
upgrade.
No.
You know
I
what
know.
I'm
I was
saying?
saying like.
like
I'm
the Red Sox wouldn't because Devers is.
right.
You wouldn't
And
give
you
up
don't
that
wanna-
much for that much of an upgrade. Or even, I mean, some people say that Devers is just good, but you can leave Devers at first. But
No,
then
he's not as
Casas.
good on defense. No, Casas is good. I mean,
Yeah,
at that
I
point, you
Casas.
would just DH Devers, which
Yeah,
you don't really want to do. You don't want to clog that up with a 25-year-old.
yeah. Who's not like terrible defensively, but he's not great either.
So if he gets moved, it would be like, I mean,
Can you move him to left?
it would be a,
He's Mariners.
yeah, maybe.
That's what it sounds like.
Which they just gave up a ton last year.
Yeah, they did. They ran out the top of their prospect system for Castillo.
They have.
And the best the Yankees can give you is outfielders. That's what the top of theirs is. Unless you want Peraza.
I don't even know who that is.
Well,
Shortstop, pitcher. I like Hancock.
yeah, but you kind of got to look at it in terms of like, are those guys like top 100, top 200? Like, I know they're good in their system, but they might suck in other
Harry
people's.
Ford is.
That's a president.
He also,
Former
played
president.
for, he also played for Great Britain.
I mean-
Harry Ford's 26.
I don't think like Arenado is not getting booked.
Yeah, I don't think so.
In
Cole.
that situation.
Cole Young's 57.
Because here's the thing with the Cardinals, their young pieces are already up.
Blues
So it's not like you're looking at, well, we need to rebuild to make a run in 3 years. You can make a run next year with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think like let's say they have a good off season. I don't know who all's a free agent or anything like that.
Otani is.
That's true. Just go get him.
I would assume. I mean, I feel like it's reasonable to assume Walker, Donovan, Gorman, are all going to get better. You just need pitching. I think pitching's been their
That's
issue.
my thing is they need to move. If I was them, I would move Flaherty, Montgomery, Hicks, probably Goldschmidt for MLB arms with 5 years of control. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah. I wish they wouldn't have let Quintana get away.
Donaldson is not going to be a free agent. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now.
You got a player?
No, it's a team option. For $4 million, they're going to pick it up. Because he's batting 145 right now. He's going to finish the year. He's bad. He's going to bat 200-ish. 190 to 210. Which is awful. But what does that mean he's going to do for the next 3 months? It means he's going to bat like 250, 260.
And that's enough to be like, oh, well, like...
Oh, if we can get that, if we can get last 3 months, Josh Johnson for $4 million, that's a steal. They're going to execute the op. They're going to pick it back up. Ivy and I had that realization like 2 weeks ago. We were like,
it's really not that good of a free agent class. Like,
no, it's not.
Shohei.
That's why I think Soto gets dealt this year instead of next year.
You think Soto gets dealt?
Did you hear?
Yeah.
Did you hear the
Soto's going to
theory?
get traded, dude.
At the deadline?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Where's
Did
he
you hear
going
the
to go?
theory that they said Derek
Yankees,
Jeter
dude.
put out
Yeah, I
there?
think so.
That who put out there?
Yeah, Jeter, he said Soto.
Derek Jeter.
Do you know why he did that?
That's what I'm saying. That he had an ulterior motive behind why he did it.
Yup. He hates Brian Cashman.
Soto does?
No.
Wait,
Jeter does.
Jeter.
Yeah. So he said, they did like, oh, what's one deadline deal you would like to see? And he was like, I would like to see if the Padres lose a few games these next couple weeks. He said, if I'm the Yankees, I'd make a run at Soto. Really strong offer at Soto. Get him in New York. He can play left field for you. If Judge is actually going to be out for a long time, he's going to play a little bit of right field on the days that Stanton DHs. He's like, they should make a really good run at Soto. And they're not going to do that. And I understand that. I've accepted that.
Yeah.
But Jeter was admittedly not great running baseball ops for the Marlins in the middle couple years, and so.
But he had to build it He had to build it from scratch, essentially.
Well, so there's a lot going on there.
They're
but
not the
we're
Marlins.
not getting into it. He wasn't. He was fine. He wasn't great like everyone expected him to be.
Well, they're not contending for the playoffs without Jeter.
No, I know that, but they wanted it to be on a faster track when they hired Derek Jeter. You know what I'm saying? They wanted what's going on now 3 years ago.
Yeah, but they couldn't do that. Like, what were we going to go out and
No,
spend
that's what I'm
some money?
saying. Like, when they did all the moves in 18, they wanted it to be like a 3-year build-up, not a 5-year build-up. And that's what they expected Jeter to be able to do. Now, also, there's a part of it.
They're not. That's,
I know. No, I know it's unrealistic,
not
but that's what they wanted from him. Also, the other part of it, when he left because he said, okay, it was when Rizzo and Castellanos were free agents, and they both were very open to going to Miami. And so he told the other owners, because he had like very small in terms of ownership, but he was baseball ops. And he said, okay, so this is the year we need to start supplementing with free agents with these young guys. And they said, no, we don't want to spend money on free agents. And he said, but you told me that I was going to come in and sell the big name guys to get the young guys, and then when the time came, we would add the free agent hitters. And they said, yeah, we don't want to do that yet. And he said, okay, bye. And that's when he sold like that week. When they told him that. When they said they didn't want to sign Castellanos and Rizzo.
Yeah.
So the point of that being, he did that so that when the Yankees don't get Soto, all of Yankees fans are going to be like, well, Jeter would have gotten Soto, and he was bad at being a GM. Why can't Cashman do it? So that's why he did that. Which is a very funny thing to do.
He wasn't bad.
He also said, this was funny, they were, during that All-Star game, it was A-Rod, Ortiz, and Jeter, like, down on the front row during the game. And they had microphones, and Ortiz said, like, hey, feels really good, this is awesome, feels really good, weather's nice, I'm not even sweating. Like, usually during these All-Star games, you're, like, in 100-degree heat, it's so hot and sweaty, and it's gross, but this has been really nice weather today. And then there's a pause, and Jeter goes, like, thanks, David, for the weather report. It was so funny.
I'm a known Jeter hater, some would say, and I don't think he was a bad GM.
I don't think there's such thing as Jeter haters. I think there's such thing as delusional human beings.
Well, Jeter was not the best shortstop
He was, though.
in the past 20 years. No.
Well, I didn't say that. Best Yankee shortstop ever.
They hadn't had many good ones other than him. I mean, I would agree with that.
Didi. I love Didi, dude.
Yeah.
Didi
I
was
like
awesome.
But he just couldn't replace it. Like, who? Seriously, what
Didi
other,
was the only guy that could have done that.
what Yankee shortstop other than Jeter is there? Like, Hall of Famer.
Probably none.
Yeah, like, I would agree that he's the best
None of the other dudes played shortstop. didn't
Yankee
they?
short.
There's one who I'm forgetting, but it's like a fringe kind of thing. Like a beloved Yankee guy, but it's not like, you know.
I mean, Jeter just won way more Gold Gloves than he should have.
Well, MLB managers disagree with you on that.
Well,
MLB bench coaches who were handed the ballot by their manager disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
Because that's how that went.
Is there anything else we want to talk about?
Skeens went 1 to the Pirates.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Sherm.
No, that's good.
No, go.
I've just been interrupted 10 times. It's cool.
No, go.
I don't think that's
we want
true.
to hear. We want to
It is.
hear
Every
what you're
time
saying.
Christian
Well-
asks, "Does anyone?" I go, "Yeah," and it's just no.
Well, okay, to be fair, I haven't heard that.
No, I'm just gonna say my list at the end. Just go.
No, go right now. We want to hear it right now.
No.
Yes, because it's a good list. You gave me a sneak peek of
No,
it, and
wasn't
I
Bucky
want to
talking
hear
about
it.
the list. I'm not even gonna talk about my.
That's what I was thinking of.
No, do
I
it.
had other things I wanted to say.
Oh, well then do it.
World
Say
Series
it right
MVP.
now.
Well, earlier I tried to talk to Oakley because I thought it was weird that the Rangers pitcher had to talk live while he was
Pitching?
That's stupid.
Phil Rizzuto.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you there.
No, it was fun last year when Nestor did it.
What didn't Liam Hendricks do it a couple years ago?
Mhm.
Like, it's cool, yes, but like
It's fine during an All-Star game.
I guess
I
that's
think
fair.
the pitcher should have the choice because he was obviously annoyed that he was doing that.
Evaldi.
I think they have the choice. Do they not?
I'm sure they can say no, but it's probably awkward if you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They probably encourage you to they want you to do it. You know.
They probably don't ask; they tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they say, "Hey, we're gonna mic you up for the third inning," and I guess you could technically be like, "No," but that's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Like you
My
can put
other
it on and
thing
like throw one and be
was-
like, I can't do this with this.
It's just
My
like a
other
clip
thing
right here.
was-
It's
Yeah.
not even a mic.
Just be like, yeah, like this
Like
is
this is like I don't like the way it's pulling it when I'm throwing it.
It's so I can't. And they're like, "We haven't put it on you yet, bro." Like, it's too much. You act like a toddler. Just like no.
just start stopping. The
All right, sure.
okay, what else?
My other thing is Eric Wolford got a stud of an inside offensive lineman today. Casey Poe committed to Alabama, so
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty proud about that.
You know I hate him, right?
I mean, it looks like he's building the offensive line back to where it needs to be for Alabama.
Yeah, but do you know why I hate him?
Why?
Because he started building the offensive line back for Alabama before he worked for Alabama. He was on the road recruiting for Kentucky and knew he was taking the Alabama job and was recruiting guys for Alabama on our dime. We paid for some of your backup linemen that you probably don't have anymore because they were bad, because they were looking at Kentucky. So,
Just
what's your problem? And what's his problem? He also refused to play like our backup linemen in like meaningless games, like Miami of Ohio games. And so when they all left, and then like the guys that started last year, they just had never played before.
yeah, that's bad. He shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I'm just pumped about that. Got a good interior offensive lineman, and
I'm really happy for you.
That's good.
yeah, I mean, thank you.
No,
Appreciate
I'm
it.
really happy for you, Sherm.
I want you to go over your lists.
You want me to do it now?
Well, I
There's
mean,
nothing
unless
else
there's
to do.
anything else to talk about, John Alex, do you have something?
I have a couple honorable mentions before I get started with that.
Well, hold on. If you do honorable mentions first, that's gonna spoil the list because we'll know. Because like you'll be going through your list of like, dude, I wonder if he's gonna talk about this. But if you already said it as an honorable mention, then I know it's not gonna be an honorable mention.
Okay, well, I'll just wait till the end for honorable
Like
mentions.
after
Wait, what's
before 1.
All right.
yeah
Do your
before
honorable
one? Do
mentions.
honorable mention.
Yeah.
After 2, before
I'll go
1.
ahead and start.
Do
Okay.
2 through 10 honorable mentions. Then
But start at
because
10, obviously.
Well, I was saying start at 2.
No, start at-
Roughness, and they do a hate week, and so they just start listing things they hate in college football. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out some things I hate.
Can I ask a question
So
before you start?
Number 10.
All right.
I hate that people are already talking about Joe Milton being a plug and play. He's been raw talent for 4 years. That's it. Let me see what he's like this year before people start telling me that he's just going to be like Anthony Richardson and be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft.
He's also 4 years older.
Yeah.
That is very reasonable. So I'm going to comment on that. So Tuesday morning, Brandon Walker on Unnecessary Roughness hosted Kentucky Sports Radio and was talking about SEC quarterbacks. And he said he's very high on Devin Leary. And he said, a lot of people have been saying Joe Milton is going to be a better quarterback next year than Devin Leary. He said, I don't know why. We have not seen Joe Milton do anything good. We have seen Devin Leary do things good.
I think Devin Leary's going to do good. I really do.
And so it's not to say that Joe Milton's not going to be good. It's just his point was like, we've seen Devin Leary be good. Why are we saying that this guy we haven't seen be good is better than him because the guy before him was good?
Because they saw him be good in like 1 game last year.
No, it's because he threw that orange 70 yards.
Yeah.
That's why.
But like after Hooker got hurt, he had like 1 good game, and
Again,
so-
it was the Clemson game.
Clemson that bowl game.
He didn't play well against Vandy
No.
at all.
I don't remember.
They ran the ball.
Do
for
you
like
remember
250.
before that Clemson game when he threw that orange like 70 yards?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Must be a good quarterback.
Also, Milton.
Because of all the
football
orange,
80 yards.
yeah,
That's
because of
not
all
even
the orange throwing that you do at a football game.
Milton also said that he don't lose in Florida. He started the game 2 years ago in Florida when
And-
Tennessee lost 38-14,
Yeah,
and he
they
got
smacked.
benched.
Yeah.
Like
What? Are you an idiot?
Well, he doesn't lose games in Florida. Is that the
That
games
he
he ends?
finishes.
If he finishes the game, they win.
He went to high school in Florida and was at 6-5.
Well, okay, all right. But
Before sure, number 9, I've
Matt James?
a knife held to my neck right now. I have to ask him something.
Matt
James,
James on a
like
Lululemon.
Bachelor?
Yeah, from the Bachelor on a Lululemon commercial.
Okay, what, John Alex?
I have to. I'm gonna get my throat slit. Emily wanted to know how Julie's doing and if they're inducing or just hanging out and letting it happen naturally.
We don't know yet.
Do
She
pod
went
segment.
Monday for her appointment, and they would not tell her anything like that. And they said they would let her know on the next appointment, which I thought was total bullcrap.
Freaking doctors, dude.
But she's doing good. She's just tired.
Okay, there you go.
Did they bring
We've
that
also
charger over
noticed that the belly is dropped, so we're getting ready.
All right, number 9.
Number 9. Oakley, sorry in advance. I'm tired of the media and some of the fans who are in Big Blue Nation acting like UK is going to win the East after they start 5-0.
Did they start 5-0 last year?
What you said yesterday, I agree with.
Who said?
UK football is an 8 to 10 win program when they're good, and getting bowl wins is good. I agree with that. But let's not start talking about them winning the East until we've got some real studs on the team.
I think that's a fair criticism of media members. I think it's an unfair criticism of fans to say that. Because,
Okay.
you're going to have me, I know if we start 5-0, we're going to lose to Georgia.
Georgia.
At best, we're going to lose to Georgia.
Yeah.
There's also, in all 120 whatever fan bases, there are delusional fans who think they're going to win. No matter, there are Vandy fans who think that they have a chance to win the SEC this year. There just are. That's just a fact. So,
Yeah.
putting that on the fans when you start 5-0, understand if you hate it. I think that's just kind of like I would just ignore it because it's like everyone has those fans. To put it on media members for saying that, that's completely fair. I also don't know who are saying that.
It's just. Sometimes when I'll get on my my burner account, which is now is Yankee Dan right now, I will just go and look at what college fans are saying, and sometimes they're just like, I think we're going to beat Georgia this year. I'm like, the Wildcats beat
they're wrong.
I will believe they got the East. I'll hop on that train, but until it happens, I'm not. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
There was that one year we lost to them like 21-3. 2019, I think it was. I thought we were going to win that game until
You couldn't.
I think
score.
they scored and then we got on the field. Like after they scored and like the way they scored, I was like, dude, we kind of have a chance.
Yeah, like
This
it
is
was
not
a
gonna be
hard
the-
drive.
I was like, this is not. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
difficult for them to score, and I was like, this isn't going to be that bad. And then we got the ball, and it was awful.
Yeah.
It was 2018, and yeah, that was bad. No, it was 2019, but we lost like 21-3. I think the line was 21, and we kicked the field goal.
So you covered.
And Stoops had a quote after the game: "If we go down, Vegas is going down with us." It's like that's not how you should be coaching, but
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, what's next?
So number 8. So these 8 through 10 is kind of like a light take.
Yeah.
I hate people who keep getting mad about conference realignments and new teams joining new conferences. Who cares? I do not care that Texas and Oklahoma are coming to the SEC. It does not make me mad. It does not ruin the sanctity of the SEC or the tradition of the SEC. I don't care about it.
I agree with that last part. I don't care about.
It will mess with some of the tradition.
I don't like it, but I also don't care about the tradition. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that part.
Like, the teams that are going to keep their rivalry games during the schedule are going to keep them. If they don't, they don't. Like, if you look up Alabama and rivalries, it is literally all the best SEC teams the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Rivalries
like,
are
rivalry
they
games,
change.
Auburn, and,
Sort of.
maybe you can choose another one. Everyone has a different one. Mine would be Tennessee, just because it's got the cool name of they always play on the 3rd Saturday of October. That's it. That's it for me. I don't know how everyone else feels about their teams. who
See,
they
like
play.
when Florida isn't playing LSU anymore every year, I'm gonna be upset.
Florida LSU game. Let me also add this. Probably one of the coolest aesthetic games you can watch in terms of team colors.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good college football just jersey matchup.
yeah.
I like it.
Yes, it is.
Like
I
it's
think
gonna suck
I
when
think
that's
it's
not a yearly thing anymore.
It's fair.
Especially in the past several years, it's been the rivalry's been amped up.
So what I hate about conference realignment is
Letting those people in.
no, it's scheduling. So when when the SEC added A&M and Missouri, I don't think since then Florida has been to Auburn, who is their closest team in the SEC,
That used to be a big rivalry.
and that
too.
used to be a major rivalry.
Yeah, I used to love that game.
So-
I get that.
So they played one time since I think the time before that was in
the what
06 when they beat us and then we
Yeah.
won the Natty.
Yeah.
So the last 2 times we played were 06 and 19.
We played them in 07 and lost.
Okay, so 07.
We played them back to back. Yeah.
Yeah, you used to play back to back
Oh, okay.
before
I
the
don't
old
remember
schedule.
that, yeah.
You used to do a home and home.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the last time.
That's crazy.
That
We
like
played
I
them
hate
once
that.
since
That's
then.
what I hate. So
I'll add this. I know why that game probably hasn't happened. If you look at Auburn's schedule every year, they're just getting screwed over.
no, well, why it hadn't happened?
Constantly.
They
Well, now, but Georgia, 10 years ago wasn't.
so the reason that they did it when
No,
A&M
the way they're screwed over because somehow every year when they play Alabama and Georgia, like it flops. So it'll go, okay, you're playing Alabama and Georgia both away, and then you're playing Alabama and Georgia both at home. So 1 year it will be good, and then the next it's just like you're not favored because you're going to Athens and Tuscaloosa.
Well, that's been going on for years. That's been going on since the 2000s or even the 90s.
I blame Auburn for that.
That's when the SEC changed their schedule in '92 probably. That's when that happened. But the reason that Florida and Auburn hadn't played, so in 2012 they started doing it went into a bracket thing, and like it matched it up everybody, and it spanned it out for 16 years, where you would play each team home and away, like one time in that span. Well, adding Texas and Oklahoma changes all that because now you got to factor them into the schedule. So like Florida and throw out the COVID year, because the COVID year, like I know games were added like to get the conference, that don't count. So Florida has played A&M in 24. They would have been to A&M twice. No, 24 they had been to A&M 3 times. If you include COVID, 4 times. And Georgia hasn't even been to A&M yet. Like that's the scheduling stuff that I hate.
Yeah.
And like,
here's what I think Florida should do. I think they should just, I know this is going to sound bad, they should take away just playing Florida State as a whole.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't. You can't.
I feel like you can.
I mean, I think they should go back to playing Miami every year,
yeah, I
too.
do too.
But,
I think you should play Miami, Florida State, and a cupcake every year.
yeah, and that be your
And
three out of
and if you
conference
want to play another Power 5 school, like that's fine. Like
Number 7's juicy. This is the one John Alex is going to be talking about. I hate people who take the recruiting classes way too seriously and getting mad over kids deciding one school over another, and or people who get who take. Let's say for A&M. People were talking trash about A&M being so bad last year with the number 1 recruiting class. Those two things don't correlate.
Yeah.
You have really good freshmen. That doesn't mean they're going to come in and you're going to win 9 or 10 games.
No.
It's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
So I just hate it when people take it way too seriously. Like I'm with Poe. I'm glad he's with Alabama, but if he would have chose Auburn or Oklahoma or all those other schools he was looking at, I'm not going to cry about it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, whatever.
I'm going to tell myself whoever my team signs is going to be really good. I'm also going to tell myself whoever my team doesn't sign, I don't care, I don't need them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My thing with recruiting has always been this. And I feel like, at least for me, I haven't adjusted as much to this new college football, where they've turned it more into I correlate college football and the NBA a lot together. As time has gone on, the product on the court and on the field has gotten worse in those sports.
Yes.
And I do understand taking out the dirty hits that people, and the crackback blocks, just get in the person's way. You don't have to give them a
Dickie
concussion.
Ryan said that one
I
time.
get those. But the major right hit, that was a tone-setting pass breakup.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be illegal. And so what that's allowed to happen is, no offense to these guys, but if these guys were playing, in the 2000 to 2010 NFL, Jalen Waddle would be a gadget player at best. He would be a one-trick pony. He would never run across the middle. Tyreek Hill would never run across the middle. All these little guys who are making a living running across the middle because they can't be punished, same as in college football, would not be able to do that. And if they were able to do that, it would be a rarity, like Wes Welker was a specialist. You know what I mean? He was really the first guy that did what he did. Most of your other slot receivers were big guys. TJ Hushmanzada played a lot of slot. Anquan Bolden worked out of the slot a lot. They were big.
Yeah.
And so I'm bringing the point back around, but that's where my brain like caught on to recruiting, because I can remember Florida post-Urban getting great recruiting classes and not really doing shit with them. And so I kind of backed off I don't really care about the recruits anymore. I'm more into the player development. Okay, this guy was good enough to come to Florida. Can we develop him? And that's why I was big. I love Dan Mullen. I hate what he did at Florida. But Dan Mullen had always been a player developer at Mississippi State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, guys were developing. And so I was like, look, like, get the 4 stars, sure. I'm not going to flip out about the 5 stars unless it's a 5-star defensive lineman or a 5-star offensive lineman.
Because they're big.
Yeah.
In the trenches, I think stars matter because most of the time it's a size and athleticism thing.
Right. I agree with that.
But like, a great example I'll give you. We went to Bob Jones to play in a 7-on-7 camp going into our sophomore year of high school. And we got fucking destroyed by a lot of teams. We got beat by teams that we would play in the real season that year. But when we played in the real season and pads were on and you had to tackle and you had to defend the run game, we beat the dog shit out of people.
Right.
And so I'm not big on guys getting bumps and rankings based on what they're doing in gym shorts. I don't care. That's the same thing as like the NFL Combine and all that stuff. That's great. I have rarely seen it actually translate to a guy being a success in the NFL. Like the bump that they got at the Combine.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Look at Kevin White and Ross and like a lot of those receivers.
Backward. Got like I'm just not big on that whole thing. And so I remember like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson fell because guys at the Combine were doing crazy stuff. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's been one of the better, slot, nickel, safety.
That's the same thing with Tyrann Mathieu. He didn't have
it. Yeah, it's just what matters is what you do on the tape, in my opinion. And so we have had some people that we know getting all up in arms over one recruiting site, ranking guys lower than they should be. Well, personally, look, for me, if Billy Napier gets a top 10 class, that's a huge thing for the University of Florida. Because I thought about this when I was driving the other day. Florida, to me, they're in the tier 3 of SEC schools right now. They're not in the Georgia and Alabama. They're tier 1 and they're by themselves. And right now, just based off of right now, some people may disagree with this. Right now, I think Tennessee is in that tier 2. LSU is in that tier 2. I don't know who else you would throw in there.
I have no idea.
And then tier 3, you got a lot of people. You've got Kentucky, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss. Like, I think all of those schools, they could win 9 games. They could win 6 games. We just don't really know what's going to happen. It's going to, like, for example, last year, I remember watching that Kentucky-Ole Miss game and Kentucky losing at the end off of, like, just some weird things happening.
Bull crap is what it was.
That's a big loss.
Yeah.
For, a place like that. And, like, the Florida team, like, playing as bad as they played against Kentucky, losing to Vandy, like, those are 2 wins. You win those 2 games. That's big for Billy Napier's first year.
Yeah.
Instead,
that's
we have
8
to listen
4
to
instead of 6 and 6.
people like fucking Shane Beamer, who I don't think.
Well, Florida handled South Carolina, so.
Sure, but what I'm getting at here is I've not been as big on the star stuff. In my opinion, there are a lot of 4s that could be 5s. There are a lot of 5s that could be 3s. I think it matters if you're sucking the right person off or not.
Oh, so I agree with that. So, like, I can remember the signing day where we're bringing in guys that played in 2022 as freshmen. So this would be, like, December 2021.
Like the early signing.
Yeah. and I scrolled through Kentucky's list at the end of the day, and there were two names I was really excited about. Tyrese Fear-Bree. There's an extra R in there for some reason. I thought it was Fear-Beads. There's an extra R there. And then Noah Matthews. And they're 2 3-star edges that are 6'5", 230, and you click on their highlights, they've got really long arms. I don't care that they're 3 stars. I'm excited about that because
Like
Mark Stoops has done really,
measurements,
really.
yeah.
Mark Stoops and Brad White have done really, really well with edge defenders, and they're 6'5" and they have long arms. I'm gonna assume they're gonna end up being really good their junior and senior year.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
That's fun. I care more about again, those aren't like big 5-star names, but because of the player development, I think that an outside linebacker that's 6'5" at Kentucky, we've had a few of those that are pretty good.
Yeah.
One of them went 7th overall in the draft. Not a big deal. He was a 2-star.
Yeah.
I know that there's been some back and forth on this. I can vividly remember looking at Will Greer's profile, and he was a 3-star at one point.
Yeah.
Mark Ingram, 3-star. Vividly remember that. Josh Jacobs was a 3-star.
Yeah.
Benny Snell and Chris
it's about-
Rodriguez
it's about
were
what you
3 stars,
do when
and
you
they're
get-
the best 2 running backs Kentucky's ever had in the history of the school.
Wasn't Damian
They've had-
Harris? Was
they've
Damian
had
Harris a
4s.
4-star?
Yeah, he was committed to Kentucky.
I knew he was going to Kentucky.
But it's just like, I mean, like, I love him to death. Brent was a 5-star. He had no business being a 5-star.
Yeah.
And when he switched to Auburn, he dropped to a 4. That's how I knew a lot of this recruiting stuff was bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, it always has been.
Let me tell y'all something. I went against our 5-star player on, when we were scout team offensive line, and he was rushing. And then I went up against a guy who was a 1-star athlete at a school that sucked. And I walked over to the sideline after I gave up my second sack that night to that 1-star, and I looked our coach dead in the eye. I said, "That guy's better than our 5-star. No
Yeah.
doubt." I said, "He's way faster. He's got better moves. I don't know what he's about to do, so I don't know how to block him."
You know who that guy was? It's J.J.
And
Watt.
Trey Flowers.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought
He
it was
won
J.J.
2
Watt.
Super Bowls.
Who was it?
J.J. Watt.
No.
No, Trey Flowers.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's fair.
And he was so fast. I was supposed to not block him on one play because we were doing a shuffle play so we could take him out of the play,
Mhm.
and he off the shuffle and almost took it back for a touchdown.
Yeah. So if this tells you how fast of a get off he had, I was at receiver, and he got off so fast, I could still, like, most of the time, I was getting downfield faster than I could see defensive end. He got off so fast one time, I don't even know that I had taken 2 full steps downfield before he was around Sherm.
Your head's still turned in watching the snap,
Yeah.
and he's in the backfield.
And we struggled in the first half. We struggled, and then Ted Eichert, the greatest high school offensive line coach ever, made a couple of adjustments, and then I think we won by 50 points. But
Yeah, that'll
he
do
was
it.
just that good.
Yeah.
And I think he was committed to North Carolina at the time.
No, he was committed. He was committed to Central Arkansas, and on signing day, the defensive line coach or the defense coordinator for Central Arkansas went to Arkansas under Bobby Petrino, and they were like, "Well, we've got this one extra scholarship." He's like, "I got a kid in Alabama I want to give it to," and he signed that day. He committed and signed that day
Probably without ever taking a visit, too.
without a visit.
That's kind of awesome.
That's awesome.
His second school he was going to was Air Force.
I'm kind of mad then. I kind of want him defending our country. Although I'm not sure how we'd shove him into an airplane, but
He was good. He was good. He was the best defensive lineman I ever saw in person. So,
he
Yeah,
could have
next
split out of
one,
Air
next
Force
one.
and been
See,
Space
that's one
Force.
thing. Like I saw
fighting aliens.
Walter Nolan last year, who was the big 5-star that went to A&M, defensive tackle. Like he didn't really impress me. Like he had a quick get off kind of, but he was lazy, and like would be high, and like you know what I mean. Like and I don't know a ton about like
drug
offensive
high.
line play. No, he'd be high.
Pad
coming off the
level.
ball.
Standing up.
Bad levels high.
Yeah.
So
okay,
like,
I thought you meant he was
like,
smoking weed.
Like that was what I noticed
Oh,
from
that's
watching.
racist.
and I mean he was okay, I guess, this year, but he wasn't.
But see, the difference between that, and I don't understand it because we had our 5-star at our school, right? All he did was bull rush. That's all he ever did. He was strong. I'm not going to say he wasn't strong. But all he did was bull rush. He had one move, and that was it. That's like the most basic move you can have as an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Trey had 2 solid moves, and they weren't bull rushes. He had a nasty swim move, and then he had a stick, which is what Reggie White used to do because he has just massively long arms. Like I felt like a baby trying to reach him because my arms were so small, and I was like, I can't get my hands on him because he's sticking me on my shoulder pad with his one arm, and I can't get to him. Like I literally just have to lay my body out and hold. I got 2 holds that night too because I literally couldn't do anything. Like I accepted those holds. I was like, well, it's better than my quarterback eating grass.
Yeah.
All right, what's number 6?
Number 6. I hate it when high school players decommit. Now, I'm okay with them decommitting. That's fine. It kind of stinks that they do that, but when they say respect my decision after they tweet it.
Don't ever tell me to respect your decision about anything.
Brother, you didn't respect your own decision.
That's true. I've never thought about it like that. That's true.
Don't say that. Just say, hey, look, I'm decommitting. I didn't, this is not where I want to take my journey. That's all you got to say. Don't say respect my decision.
Yeah.
That's a 100% agree.
It's like I'm not going to now just because you told me that I have to.
They
So
shouldn't
no.
care about it that much.
Yeah.
But you didn't respect your decision the first time. So don't say that.
Don't tell me to respect your decision. I will
That's
not.
a good point. That's a good point.
100. Everyone agrees on
Okay.
that one for sure.
5.
And then they tweet a graphic out of them like falling out. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just you don't have to put a picture.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where it kind of starts heating up.
Spicy.
I hate it when Kiffin's tweeting during the season.
Oh, I love Lane Kiffin's tweets. His girlfriend's
buddy,
hot.
Ole Miss hired you because you were supposed to beat Alabama, and you're out here tweeting about Alabama.
All right, well,
Florida.
Stop it.
it's always nice things about Alabama.
Can I interrupt you for a quick announcement?
Yeah.
Florida just won the Capital One Cup, which prioritizes it's
no
the best
one
men's athletic
cares
department
about that
this year.
at all. They won it because they're like their gymnastics team.
No, it's men's, and it
Yeah,
weights.
you don't think that
Men's
men's gymnastics?
No, it
Sexist
weights.
much?
It weights football, the revenue sports more. So,
Well, not football. If it was Florida won it.
well, they rank all men's sports, but
But
the
like baseball,
football,
for
basketball,
example.
baseball rank more than like track and field or golf or swimming. Even though we won golf and track and field.
I was gonna say. I mean, those are the ones y'all won, though.
Yeah.
All right. What's 5, 6, 4? What's 4?
4 is I hate when Michigan fans.
Yes.
I hate to think
just
that there's
that's
a new regime of football now because they beat Ohio State twice.
Yeah, that's not enough.
They're like, oh yeah, get ready for the next couple weeks. Like, no, like brother, you've been getting whooped for so long.
Yeah, it's more likely it's going to regress to the past 6 than the next 2 are going to continue for 6.
And like today, like I saw Ev and Dave like going back and forth, and I'm just like, Dave, I don't know why you're talking smack. Like this is not like eventually it's just. I mean, I don't think that they'll win this year.
If they win this year, and they,
Hold up. I'm actually gonna.
You're gonna go with them.
I'm gonna push back a little bit, Sherman.
Fight!
Okay.
I'm gonna paint you a picture.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. Okay.
All right.
So example number 1.
Might not have been.
We're gonna go back to the Dallas Cowboys. Jimmy Johnson leaves. Barry Switzer comes in. They
Jimmy
immediately win a Super Bowl, and then they never win again.
All right.
And I actually watched a little clip on it, and it was because Barry Switzer just didn't. He was like a cool uncle on the team, and he wasn't a disciplinarian. And Michael Irvin needed a disciplinarian, and guys would show up to practice hungover, and Troy Aikman hated it. And what's weird is that was Troy Aikman's college football. I think it was, or he recruited him or something.
Yeah, he recruited.
So I'll give you another example. Florida basketball. Billy Donovan leaves. Mike White comes in. Do they make an Elite Eight run?
Yeah.
And we were like, we're good. This guy can coach. He was just carrying the momentum of what had come before him.
Yeah.
So, my question with Ryan Day, I don't question his offensive mind. I think he's a very good offensive coach. I do think that. I think he is a much better head coach than a guy like Dan Mullen was, or Tom Herman. I think he's better than all of those guys. As far as Urban Meyer's assistants goes, I think he's the best head coach.
Yeah.
He just doesn't seem to have that same hatred, I think that's the word I want to use, for Michigan that Urban did. Urban, at the expense of them losing to teams like Purdue and Iowa, would do install for Ohio State every week.
For Michigan, yeah.
For Michigan, every single week when he was at Ohio State. And Ryan Day doesn't seem to have, I know like people like to make fun of Urban Meyer, but in terms of college, his resume speaks for itself. Like,
I mean,
he can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And so,
second best coach of the past 20 years.
I think with Harbaugh, he has made an adjustment to what he's done. I know defensively they've changed a lot of what they do. And he has just had several great defensive linemen in a row. They put out some nasty offensive linemen, some really good defenders. Now, I don't know how long that keeps up. It's hard to get guys like that to go play in the cold. But I don't think it's going to ever go lopsided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be back and forth.
I think it'll be back and forth.
I do like that. All right. This next one.
Is this 3?
Number 3. So this is where we start turning up the heat more. This is for my team. I hate that Nick Saban is still complaining about not making the playoffs last year. He has been quoted saying, well, we would have been favored in every one of those games. You were favored in the 2 games you lost.
Yeah.
Shut up. Eat your oatmeal cream pie and start getting this team ready for this year, because you're not going to be favored every game this year.
You hating on Little Debbie?
I'm not hating on Little Debbie. I just need him to shut up and focus on this year, because their defense has got a young group this year. We're losing. You lost 2 players who were picked in the top 3 of the NFL draft, and
who's the quarterback they got?
Todd Simpson.
we don't. A lot of people want it to be the kid. Was the Simpson kid?
Oh.
Tommy.
Drew
It's
Pine?
not.
No, they got the other one.
Tommy
Simpson.
What?
I watched him in high school.
Tommy Reese.
Is it Tommy Reese?
No,
No,
that's the coordinator.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the coordinator. Buckner. I'm sorry,
Buckner.
because he came from Notre Dame.
Yeah. Simpson, athletic wise, he was a 5-star. But so first play of the state championship game, they run 4 verts and he overthrows his receiver by 30 yards, just showing off his arm. Like that's 100% what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to he hit a deep ball later, but it wasn't anything impressive. What was impressive was I guess him running around. But he was athletic wise, he was a 5-star at quarterback in 2A football in Tennessee. That was his competition. He's going to dominate that. He hadn't had to put it into tight windows and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That his dad is the head coach at UT Martin, so he knows the game, but I don't know if he's ever been challenged.
Yeah, I mean,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see them going 10-2 again,
He's young. Who? Alabama?
or 9-3. Yeah.
I'm saying 9-3 max.
Really?
Well,
not
they
that
lost
max.
to LSU.
Hold up.
I'm out on LSU.
We look awful. And then,
Hold up. I am the number one Alabama hater. I do not think they're going 9-3. I have watched them lose player after player after player, and Nick Saban change. I think his change is better than most coaches in the sport. I'm not saying they're going to win it all, but they're getting 10 or 11 games.
I mean, yeah, like I think probably
Who do you
10
think will be the guy, though? Do you think it's going to be Bo or Buckner? Or
There doesn't have to be a quote-unquote guy, right? Like, look back at 08, right? John Parker Wilson was not a guy. He just made some good throws here and there, kept some plays alive with his legs, and you had a great run game. You had Mark Ingram, you had Glenn Coffey. Like, you had a very good team. You played good defense and all that kind of stuff. I don't know who Alabama's been bringing in. I don't really keep up with anybody's recruiting but Florida, and I barely keep up with it. Dude, until Nick Saban cranks out a 9-win season, which I don't think they've done that, and I don't really count bowl games. So I think the last time they did that was 2010.
Yeah, with Eddie Lacy when they played in the Capital One Bowl against Michigan State.
Well, no, they had Mark Ingram, they had Trent Richardson, they
Yeah,
had Greg
they didn't. Yes, but Lacy had that. Lacy had the big game in the bowl game.
He did have they destroyed Michigan State so bad in that game.
Yeah.
Michigan State probably has the worst score against Alabama total in the last 15 years.
Probably
but
do.
that was, and really even that year, like, I can remember, like, you lose to South Carolina, who was just playing so far above their head.
Yep.
Like, and then you lose a close game to LSU, and then you're up by 21 on Auburn, and Cam Newton just does the unthinkable. You know what I mean?
What started that was Mark Ingram.
Yeah, fumbled the end zone.
And I don't even think he'd ever fumbled at Alabama.
I don't think he had either. I think that was his first career fumble.
Yeah, he was very reliable, but
Which is wild.
that's just me. Like I said, I've been hating on Alabama long enough that I've actually come around a little bit on them. Where it's a very like healthy, like it has to be like how Larry and Magic were. Like I just respect them. I want them to lose. I respect them, but I'm going to be honest with you. This year, I want them to beat Georgia.
Okay.
I'm tired of hearing about Brock the bitch Bowers. I'm fucking tired of hearing about him. He is not all that in a bag of chips.
All right,
Okay, let's go to number 2.
Kirby Smart could not figure out how to defend a halfback wheel.
Shark wheel. What was it called?
Yeah.
Halfback shark wheel.
Shark wheel.
We need those
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Okay, number 2.
So 2 is broken up into 2 parts. And one is about Nick
Just
Saban.
like my poops.
I hate that Nick Saban keeps complaining about the transfer portal. He will not shut up about how he thinks it may or may not be good or bad. Just shut up. You've gotten players from it. They haven't worked out. Some of them have worked out. It's not going to be a hit every time.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're going to lose players that are 5-star that aren't getting playing time because that's just if they think they want to go. And that's the next part. College kids who were overhyped in recruitment transferring multiple times. Just accept that you weren't that 5-star that you thought you were.
Tate Martell.
And just
JT
play.
Daniels.
Yeah, JT Daniels.
Devin Askew.
That's the
Basketball, but
first person I
still.
thought of is JT Daniels. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just if you want to ball out in Liberty and think that you're going to be a baller in the NFL, go for it. And I'm not hating on Malik Willis because he's actually good or was good in college.
Yeah, he was good.
But like,
He's transferred though.
Just stop transferring so many times and thinking it's going to work out. And it's just like, if you've been to 4 programs, it ain't the programs, brother. It might be you.
It's you, yeah. Yeah, if it's more than, like, I'll say twice because there's like, I guess some instances there are like extenuating circumstances. If you transfer more than twice, like you're the problem.
I'll give you 1. 2 is too far.
I'm saying two in certain
not 2
situations.
schools, 2 transfers. If you
Oh,
transfer,
yeah.
Yeah. So this next one is this is the personal rival school, and honestly, this was the final straw for me. I usually don't, hate
Wait,
on
is this
school.
one?
This is one. This
Okay.
is number one. This is
Okay,
the
okay.
ultimate hate that I have.
Okay.
And it stems from last year. This university has always talked about how their family, how it's always more than football, how they're about morals and ethics, and that they care about the players as people, and that everyone at this university as people. Auburn came out with a false allegation about Harrison last year, saying he was having an affair with someone who worked at the university, put her picture on the school paper,
She was bad though.
and none of it was true. They were doing everything they possibly could to get rid of him.
Hey, I don't blame you. I would have done it too.
Everything they possibly could to get rid of him because they were losing.
Auburn,
It ain't
how
like
they
they've been losing
say,
before.
Weagle.
how they say it's a
But
family
they
and
went
like
out of their
it's
way.
all
I mean,
about
I
like
remember when they hired Harrison, they
doing
were
the right
also
thing.
got that guy from Boise State.
yeah.
Okay, like he's a good coach, but like you think he's going to be whooping up on Nick Saban? Okay,
And then they hired.
this is what made it worse. The whole moral and family and all that.
I heard you freeze.
They make up they go and hire the dirtiest coach you can hire.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? If it would have been someone else, I might not be as mad about it.
They went as far as circulating that hot girl's pics on the internet
Yeah.
to
Hey,
get old boy fired.
What if it was Bobby Petrino?
It's the same thing. But
I
better.
kind of think he served his sentence, to be honest with you.
Yeah, at this point, like he's
But
At least his
You know-
wasn't like illegal, right?
and what I hate is I've heard people go, about the false allegations. Of, well, that's part of the game. No, it's not.
It's not at all.
That's not part of the game. What if someone did that to you at work? That's not part of the game.
No, they only did it to try to fire him without having to pay his bailout, whatever it's
Hey,
called.
the bio.
Yeah.
Hey, have y'all heard the story about him moving back to Idaho, Harson?
You bring that girl?
No. So
So
allegedly,
she's still there?
I
I
don't
know where I'm going this weekend. I'm gonna go find her.
So allegedly, Auburn gave him a car to drive around. That was part of his deal. Well, he was supposed to return the car back to Auburn, but he drove it back home to Idaho. So Auburn had an intern fly out to Idaho with a spare key and get the car and drive back.
way back.
I love that he did that. Love it.
I don't know how true that is. I read
That's hilarious. I hope that's
I
true.
read
That's
that.
a nerve-wracking flight to be on for that kid.
Yeah.
If there was a
You think
top
it was
10
her?
of petty fired coaches
That
things
would
to
be-
do, that would have to be in top 10.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
just
It's a good list.
that's just it's been like that. I mean, ever since I can remember, when I think they started that, and when Cam Newton was there, always about family and all this. Auburn's just as dirty as every other school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But they always act like it's like, oh, we're clean. We care about every sport and all this. No, they don't. No, they don't. They
Like
don't.
Bruce Pearl.
When their basketball
Hugh
team's
Freeze.
good, yeah, they'll care a little bit. That's about it. They're just like Alabama. Just like them. They just stink.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's do fully tour.
I got one honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Lincoln Riley as a coach and a cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother, quit complaining about calls that lose you games. You don't have a defense.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
If you could stop a team from putting up 40 points, you wouldn't have to score so many.
Yeah.
Stop it. And then number 2, quit posting pics of your food. It looks god awful. Not one. You might not get offensive line recruits because it looks so bad. That's all I got to say.
All right, let's do fully torqued.
I'm fully torqued for the second half of the baseball season. I'm excited to see the Braves. Wonder how many wins we're going to end up with. I'm thinking
Yeah, they have 60.
we're at 60 and 29.
100 wins.
That's what I think.
That's a good. I mean, that's a really good year.
If we go 60 and 43 or whatever, I'm not mad.
Because it's a little bit over halfway right now.
Yeah.
Like just a few games.
There's 103 left.
Yeah.
No.
No. They're what, 60 and 29? So they
60
played
and
80.
33.
Huh?
So that's 93.
93. There's 93 games left.
No, that's 93 total.
Yeah. I'm saying 60.
He's saying they're 60 and 29 right now, so they've
There's
played
69
89
left
So
for the Braves.
we're 60 and 29?
They are.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
60 and 29, so that's
89 games.
89 games.
Yeah, so
they-
there's 69 left.
No.
73.
So
Okay.
I'm
I'm tired. I'm
40
tired,
and
so
33
mad.
would not be good.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't.
That's what I'm predicting, though.
Okay.
50 and 23.
I mean, they're not going to finish with a
110.
674 win percentage.
No, they're not. They're going to come off.
But they could get 104, 105.
674 would be 109. They're not going to do that.
No, I think 104, 105 is reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, people forget the Dodgers won 111 last year.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Do you have one?
Kentucky basketball tomorrow. Kentucky basketball Friday. Sean Casey led Yankees Friday. Me.
Okay.
Is there baseball tomorrow?
No, all the series start Friday.
Okay. So some of them used to start on Thursday.
Yeah, they just go into a 3-game.
That's fair.
I'm fully torqued for Oppenheimer and Barbie coming out.
When do those come out?
Not this weekend.
And when is Mission Impossible
next
out?
weekend.
Is that out yet?
Mission-
Mission
this
Impossible?
weekend.
No.
Mission Impossible's not out yet. I'm gonna rewatch all of those at some point. I might need to tomorrow.
I've seen one.
You saw the first. We watched the first one.
What was the first one? Yeah, with
Kickball.
Yeah.
I like the one where he climbs the wall and then he says Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall.
Which one is that?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
They don't have a secure line, and so they have to speak in code. So he can't be like, "Hey, I'm at the position." So the phrase for that is Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. It's really it zooms in on his face and he goes Humpty Dumpty sat on
Maybe
a wall.
that's two.
It's so funny. I'm gonna rewatch
It's
it.
not 4.
I don't know. I'm gonna
I
rewatch
think it
it.
might be 2.
In Mission Impossible 2, Tom Hanks drop kicks a guy 3 times in a row in
Tom-
a fight.
Tom Cruise, you mean?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said Tom Hanks.
Yeah, three drop kicks in a
Yeah.
row.
it's 3.
That's wild.
In the same fight against the same person.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is a. So they set the bar with the first one that no matter what they do that's so ridiculous, you can't be like.
Well,
I don't think anything ridiculous happens on the first one.
I mean, all the face
That I
don't
things.
remember.
They do all the face
Yeah,
things
the
pretty
face
well.
thing,
Yeah,
but
so it's like whatever they do, you can't be like.
Action-wise.
It's not like Fast and Furious where it's like, dude, this franchise has gone off the rocker.
They,
Because Mission
started
Impossible, they
the-
said, look, we're gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
And I
From
love
the
it.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so every time they do something crazy, it's like it's just a little bit crazier.
But it's mainly just the mask stuff.
At the beginning,
Mission
yeah.
Impossible 2 is like the bad one of all of them.
Well, none of
The
them
other
are
one-
bad.
No.
Yeah, but of the, what,
Mission
7?
Mission Impossible 3
That's
might be
the
the
worst.
best one. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Great
Yeah.
villain.
Yes.
4 is really good, too.
R.I.P.
Ghost Protocol.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, maybe the biggest, shocking movie plot twist of all time is him at the end of Hunger Games 2. No spoilers. Bigger
I
than
don't
Darth
even
Vader
remember.
being the father.
I don't even remember. No. But... Okay, let's get y'all's fully torqued.
Bigger shocker than that end of La La Land where they showed you the ending that could have been, and then it was the real ending.
Oh, yeah.
Good movie though.
It is a good movie. Okay, what about y'all?
Sherm, did you like my meme of you today?
Sherm, what's your fully torqued?
The
I
second one.
loved it, dude. That was awesome.
The first one or the second one?
Mine would be just really now we're just counting down the days of before I'm my dad. So
Yeah, that's
Oh, I thought you
exciting.
meant for college football.
I'm excited about that too. I'm really excited. But I've been getting the room together and stuff.
Is the house baby proofed?
No.
You got ninja stars laying all over the ground?
We're gonna get there, but no, I've just been building the furniture and stuff. The room's all finished. Oh, so we've been in the remodel for like the last 2 weeks, and so 2 rooms have been refinished, and then a bathroom's been refinished, and it's been dirty and messy and unorganized, but everything's back where it needs to be now, and we're getting there. So it's just we're counting down the days now. So excited about that. No, Oakley, that was your Mona Lisa. I agree.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was the best one yet.
Thank you.
Okay,
I will
John.
only get better.
John
I was
Alex, what's your fully
I was
torque?
trying to make one to match it, and I couldn't.
John Alex, what's your fully torque?
Well, same as Sherm. Getting ready for number 2. What's funny is you hear Sherm like all excited, all this stuff. Me, I'm enjoying sleep while I can get it.
Yeah, but like it is exciting.
I know it's gonna. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
But I understand the other
In the
side of it.
hospital at midnight on August 1st to get induced.
So they told her when. Jeez, I'm going. This doctor is getting on my nerves, brother.
Tell him.
I mean, we went this week and they wouldn't tell us anything.
Tell him he's gay for that.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. Seeing Mission Impossible Friday. Seeing Oppenheimer next Friday.
Yeah, I need to get.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't know.
That'll be fun. This is the fully not torqued. I hit a sand wedge to 5 feet today and missed the putt.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's my fully not torqued is I have to make 3 lesson plans and a presentation about the lesson plans by 6 o'clock on Friday.
That's rough.
So yeah,
What is your fully torque? Oh, you said
I
the
do.
movies.
Yeah, the movies. I wasn't thinking about Mission Impossible, but that too. But yeah, that's it. Do we have anything specific we want to talk about next week?
Nah, bro.
No. Okay.
You guys want to start doing mock drafts?
I'll be down.
Yeah, we could do a mock draft.
do we need to start, or is it too early to start?
Really, people have already done draft their teams already.
Start our division preview.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, we could do that.
And college football predictions and all that.
Yeah, we can do that next week. So yeah, let's do that.
Do it next week.
Yeah. But that's it, and we'll be doing that next week. So see ya.